You've clicked on this video because you're probably intending to visit the Balkans or have visited the Balkans. So let's make this video interesting. See if you can guess what I've picked as winners of the different categories. This should be fun. So let's get started with what I considered the biggest surprise of the trip. And that biggest surprise was the country of Bulgaria. Bulgaria was my biggest surprise, probably because I didn't do a lot of research. I did not know what to expect. So to help you out and give you a little bit of research, let me give you my top 5 sites that I saw during my trip. We'll start with our UNESCO World Heritage site, Rila Monasteries. It has a beautiful setting up in the mountains, just kind of wandering around the peaceful walls of the monastery, but also nearby you have some great hiking at Rila Lake National Park. Next on my list is Shipka with its Soviet monuments, a wonderful church, and Thracian tunes scattered nearby. Third on my list was Budladza, Soviet-era architecture that is interesting, but definitely a cool site, abandoned, kind of wander around it. Number 2 for me was Plode's Roman Theater. You could actually wander around it by yourself and get a feel of what it would have been like in ancient times, but this theater is still in use today. And the number 1 surprise was the city of Veliko Tarnovo. With its setting on the river and its ancient fortress, it is absolutely the biggest surprise that I had for my entire travels in the Balkans. Definitely put it on your list. Now we have the award for the best waterfalls. That goes to Bos with Kavika Falls in the lead. It was flooded that day, but still absolutely wonderful. Next on the list was Great Una Falls. Definitely less touristy, absolutely worth a stop as well. And the last of the waterfalls was in the city of Jajak. It was a nice little waterfalls, but the town itself impressed me as well. Now we go on to best beaches. I give Albania that crown. We started out in Saranda, and it was a nice town, but I tell you what, I went up the coast a little bit to Jail Beach. That was wonderful. Off season, hardly anybody there. You walk up the coast and then you find all these secluded little beaches. Again, very underdeveloped and absolutely stunning as far as worthwhile to visit. Now hopefully I'll be returning and checking it out in more detail in the future. Now we move on to my favorite category, which is castles. Everybody has to love a castle. In Romania, they won this award because of Coven Castle, but also because of the fortress you have in Elba, which is kind of cool to check out. And then you have Rupi Castle that's in the middle of nowhere. And then we cannot forget about all those fortified churches. Now let's move on to the most unreal location. I made a long detour to get here and I was not disappointed. Metaora, Greece. A bunch of monasteries and churches built up on rock to keep them safe during invasion. I tell you what, absolutely stunning as far as the scenery and how they were built. I love visiting even though it was crowded beyond belief. This next award, best mountains. If you're going to the Balkans, it's all mountainous. So which one has the best? I tell you what, I went with Montenegro because of the density of mountains. I had Domator Mountains as one of my top spots. Basically nice mountain town up there. Definitely a gorge where you can check out. But even then you head down to the coast. You got cities like Kotor where basically there's mountains go straight up from the water and you can climb up there and get great views of the bay. Now let's move on to most unique city center. I'm giving it to Skopje, Macedonia because it has some great bridges, it has an arch, it has a Muslim quarter with a souk, it has great food, and it also has a monument to Mother Teresa. Now we're going with some tourist trap, but definitely worth it, and that is Dubrovnik. I've been wanting to go there since the early 90s. I should have gone a lot earlier because it's been discovered and rediscovered, completely overrun with tourists, but still absolutely gorgeous with that blue water and those city walls. Then we have best road trip roads or road. That's going to be Romania with the Transberger Rasen. I definitely wish I was on a motorcycle. They also had other good roads by castles, but tell you what, they also led in speed cameras. Now we have the last award category. That is the country I wish I could have spent more time in. That's Serbia. Basically it had mountainous, kind of good hiking. Belgrade seemed like a wonderful city. Ate there, didn't really get to see it too much. Absolutely wish I can go back and will go back sometime in the future.